So boys and girls, we are working on writing paragraphs. Now, somebody tell me important things about writing a paragraph. What do you know about writing a paragraph? What do paragraphs have? Nina.
So if you skip a line, if someone new comes in and starts talking.
Yes, so a paragraph, so when we're writing, we can have more than one paragraph, and that's exactly what I want to talk to you about. But what else do we know about paragraphs? Leah, how do they start? With a what? What do we call the first line? Yes? A topic sentence. So we have to have a topic sentence. And then what do we have after a topic sentence? What comes after the topic sentence? Yes, Izzy. We have relevant details. Relevant details. And how many relevant details do we want to have in our paragraph?
About 3 or 4.
3 to 4. And I'm going to write 3 to 4 relevant details. And is it good to have maybe a compound sentence in there? What do you think? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, we should have maybe a compound sentence. Use a compound sentence. And so here's the other thing. So we want to use a compound sentence. Should our sentences begin with capital letters? Should they begin with capital letters? What do we think? Lance?
Yes.
Yes, begin sentences with capitals. With caps. And end them with what? Yes?
A punctuation.
With a punctuation mark. Yes, sirree. Those are the things we're going to do. Now, the other thing that we need to know, boys and girls, is we indent a paragraph. So we should indent. Does anybody remember what an indent is? What is an indent? What is an indent? Brody, what's an indent?
When you skip.
You're not skipping now.
Skip lines. And then you start a new paragraph.
It's when you're starting a new paragraph, and what does it look like? What does an indent look like? Maddie, what does an indent look like?
Kind of like this.
Like this. So you have like a few, you take maybe your fingers, your first 2 fingers at the beginning of the paragraph. So the paragraph first line goes in, like a bunch of spaces. And so that is an indent. Now here's what we're going to do today, boys and girls. Here's what I want to discuss with you. I'll wait for people. Because I'm hearing a lot of noise and not noticing everybody looking. So everybody sit like a star. Yes. And here's what we're going to do, what you're going to need to do. Now, when we're taking our testing, and you have to write, because on our testing, for I learned, Brody, we have to write some paragraphs. And guess what? It tells you to write multiple paragraphs. What do you think when it tells you to write multiple paragraphs that means? How many paragraphs does it want you to write?
More than 1.
It wants you to write more than one. So should you write one paragraph Maddie?
No.
No, you should not. And should your paragraphs have should it be one sentence? Is that what makes up a paragraph? No. So if it wants you to write multiple paragraphs, you are going to need to write at least a minimum of 2 paragraphs for whatever it is they want you to write about. You're going to have to write, Eli, 2 to 3 paragraphs. And each of your paragraphs should be like this. It should have a topic sentence. It should have 3 to 4 sentences, and then a close. Oh, we forgot. Each paragraph has a what? What does each paragraph have to end the paragraph? A what? What does it have? Everyone? A closing sentence. So it has the closing sentence. Now the closing sentence always relates back to what? That sentence. Now, boys and girls, here's the thing. It may sound totally overwhelming to think, oh no, I have to write 2 or 3 paragraphs. But it's not overwhelming because you follow the formula for writing the paragraphs. First you start with your topic sentence. Then you write your 3 or 4 details. Then you write your closing sentence that goes with the first topic. Then you go to your next thought. You do the exact same thing. But I see some people are not going to do a good job. Who are the people who are not going to do a good job? Yes?
The people that don't listen and follow directions.
Yes, the people who are too busy not paying attention. The people who are goofing off during class, they will not do a good job because they're not listening. So, all you have to do is you have to think. Okay, you think to yourself, oh, I have to write, let's say I have to write 3 paragraphs. And at first you think, oh no, that's a lot of paragraphs. But it isn't, because you're going to break it down. You're going to think, here's the question they gave me. And I'm going to write. You have to think about what are the 3 things I want to write about in that paragraph. And you think, I'm going to write about this in paragraph 1. I'm going to write about this in paragraph 2. And then I'm going to write about this in paragraph 3. And they always give you a place to write your notes. They're probably going to give you a graphic organizer. Or you can write it on your paper, because you can have note paper, boys and girls. You can have note paper. And so then, once you have your graphic organizer with your 3 topics, then you can have, with your 3 topics you're going to write about, you can figure out the details you're going to write with your 3 topics that you're going to fall under your big umbrella of topics. So, that's how you're going to organize it. And then it'll be easy to write your paragraphs, because one paragraph will be about this thing you're going to write about, then you'll continue to write your 2nd paragraph, then your 3rd paragraph, and it'll all fall together. And before you know it, boys and girls, you will have written 3 paragraphs about whatever it is they want you to write about. And you won't have any problems writing that. You'll think, oh my goodness, I have just written 3 paragraphs. Because you'll have followed the formula. What's our formula for writing a paragraph? Topic sentence, 3 relevant details, and then a closing for that to kind of wrap up that paragraph. Then you go to the next paragraph and you do the exact same thing. Do you see how you do it, boys and girls? It's very easy to do it. Now today we are going to write just 2 paragraphs. And what we're going to do is we're going to write about your Easter. Okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to think about your Easter. And you can tell me different things about your Easter. Yes?
Can I just write anything that we did about it?
Well, you're going to have to think about how you could divide it into 2 paragraphs. because the two paragraphs are going to have to be distinct, where you're going to have to be able to tell me details that go with paragraph 1 and then details that go with paragraph 2. But the overall topic of your paragraph is what? What is your paragraph all about? Or what are your two paragraphs about? Your two paragraphs are about Easter. But you might discuss in one paragraph about Easter morning and about your, coming downstairs in your Easter basket and what you got. And then your second paragraph could be about Easter dinner with your family. Do you see how the whole topic is Easter, but you have two different things that you're discussing in each paragraph? Do you see how those would be different things and you can have different relevant details in each of those paragraphs, and yet they're related? Are you understanding that, boys and girls?
Yes.
How you can do that?
Yes.
Well, we still have an overall topic that's the same, but you'll be able to organize your details quite easily to have two different paragraphs that are still dealing with the same subject. What questions do you have about what you're going to do? Yes?
What if you need to write more paragraphs?
Oh, if you needed another paragraph, do you think I'd be upset?
No.
No. So, okay, you may begin.